discussing it with each other. Talk about worldviews in day-to-day life. Talk about how this movie and this show and this person you talked to in the grocery store was affected by their evolutionist beliefs, by their postmodern beliefs. They're saying that this is okay because they don't believe there's right and wrong. Because that's postmodernism. You need to learn to see it in day-to-day life or you won't recognize it. We need to train ourselves to recognize it or it will shape us. Analyze the movies we watch. People hate to watch movies with me. I'm very annoying to watch movies with me. And I say that with pride because I'm going to marry someone who will do that, and I'm going to raise children who do that. And I know it's annoying, but I do not want to be someone who lets movies shape me. And I was thinking about it at school, and it's almost sitting alone. I said, never watch movies by yourself, and never watch movies uncritically, or TV. Because this is what it's like. If I were sitting at home by myself, I'm not very strong, and there was a big group of very large gang members who wanted to come into my home. While I'm sitting there alone, would I let them in? Would I let them walk around? They're not taking anything, so why not? They can just touch stuff and take lots of pictures. Should I do that? But if I'm surrounded by a group of 25 big, strong men, and Bruno and Brad and Mr. Donald, and all of them are standing in my living room, and Judy and my dad and Zach and Brian, then yeah, maybe it's okay if they come in. They can take them. But I'm not going to try to take them by myself. And I really feel like that's what we do. We would never let someone into our home who's bigger and stronger than us, but we let movies and TV into our home, and we just sit there on our hands and let them do whatever they want with our minds. And if you are not actively engaging with the movies and pointing out this is where this is wrong, then you're imbibing part of it. Maybe you know, well, I don't just follow my heart, but you bought into the idea that if only I could find someone who loves me like this, then that would be the answer. You've bought into following your heart. Postmodernism has not won a place in your heart. So be critical and analytical. Read books from non-Christian worldviews and learn to question and critique them. Ask questions about them. Don't avoid the lies. Go into the lies and learn to question them with truth. Teach and learn the truth, but also ask tough questions about your beliefs and find answers. Because if not, then you'll go into the college setting or you'll go into other areas and they'll ask you the tough questions and you won't have answers. So learn to ask the questions of yourself. Know the word. Know the truth. You can't combat the lies without the truth. Okay. Develop a consistent worldview. Make all of your worldview fit together. Most of us, we have a little bit of postmodernism and a little bit of secular humanism, and we don't realize that we're trying to fit it with Christianity, and it doesn't fit. So learn to take out all the junk that's corrected to your worldview and have a biblical worldview about government, about history, about economics, about psychology, about philosophy, about theology, about how people relate with one another. You need to make your own worldview consistent, because otherwise, people can find holes in it and they'll pick it apart over that. And then the most important thing is to learn to live it. If we talk about having, believing in truth, but your life doesn't live by truth, then what do you have to offer people that's solid? Your mind may be solid, but your life isn't solid. And so they can say, well, your belief is just as hollow as mine because it hasn't changed your life. So I think this is perhaps the most important thing that we need to do about it. Because if you go into college and you can say, you know what, gender roles work. My brothers in Christ respect me as a woman, and I honor them as men, and I never feel demeaned. Then you have something that you can show them. And again, it shows up in your character, and the people around you see it, and they will recognize the truth is lived in your life, not just known in your head and spoken in your mouth. So